All right, we're here at Bolero North Point, I guess. No, whatever it's called, Diamond. And we were in here yesterday and we bowled the tournament. And my scores yesterday were, well, they were kind of up and down. Had a 22% split rate, which was a little bit concerning. I guess it's more about ball entry than anything else. So today we're going to come in here and see what we can do. Now, I know that my ability definitely was higher than yesterday. I did manage to average 190, which was, not terrible. But if I want my average to we don't do any good with any of that, like I've said many times before, on a house shot, I need to be averaging 230, 240. I want to consider myself any good. So today I want to use some hammer equipment. I got the Evil Eye here with me, and the hammer maximum effect. Two pretty strong balls. The maximum effect and the Evil Eye. So we're going to be using that. And we're going to be tearing up the 10 pins today, if there's any out there. First game, maybe we'll just practice warming up. We're going to shoot for the we're going to go for we'll shoot 10 pins. First ball 10 pins. Second ball will be strike ball for the first game until we get warmed up. Then we'll go from there with that. And I've got in the bag over here, I got the Ion Solid and the Rotogrip ball, the Rockstar amp. But we're going to go with hammer products today. At least we're going to start off that way. First ball out is going to be 10 pins for the first game, followed with a strike ball after that. And then after that's, we got that done, then we'll go for a regular game. But we're going to warm up doing 10 pins and strike balls. So that's where we're going to go. All right. Mike, green. And so we're going to be the 70-year rookie bowler. All right. Well, that's my phone outside, so we're just going to have to trust that it looks pretty good on what we're doing here. Okay. All right. Ready to roll. So the first ball we're going to throw is going to be a 10 pin. So it got turned on. I can't see the light on 23. Looks like it's turned on though. All right. I'm going to line up for this 10 pin. It's on. Well, I didn't do too good with that. I washed out. All right. See if we can't pick that up. Nope. A little bit too much. All right. Nope. Good ball. This form of practice, you get the best of both worlds. You get to practice your strike shot and the spares. And you can change it around from the 10 pin or to the 7 pin or to whichever cluster you want to work on. Right now, I really need to work on the 10 pin, and I'm trying a new technique for that. I come down and I just kind of flip the ball, turning my hand backwards instead of rotating it, from around. I'm going from under and
see what the
and
maximum
back to
effect will do.
to the right. It takes out the rotation of the ball, puts a flat plus on it, and gives me the ability to throw the ball straighter. I can use it on any different type of a spare also. It just flattens it out.
There's no oil out
it
there.
Really, it's just a matter of maintaining muscle memory.
No oil.
And the coming
Get to the left.
weeks or for whatever, when I practice, I'll be practicing this way. The first game, I will lead off practicing spares. I may expand it to two games or two sets of,
There you go.
in order to practice the 7 pin also. But it'll take some time, but I know that given the correct amount of time in this, I'll continue to just get better and better and better. I was listening to Norm Duke talk about, practice and dedicated practice, to his game, and he's noted that he attributed his success to just relentless practice. The same way with Chris Barnes. Yeah. Anyway, Chris Barnes is really a practicing guru. The guy's incredible. At my age, at 72, I'm obviously not going to be able to go out there and throw 20 games a day. I mean, I've done it before, but it sure doesn't pay dividends because that takes me an extra time to recover from it. But I can still go in there in practice and roll 6 games a day, and it takes me about an hour or so, an hour and a half to do it. And that's what it takes. It takes the mindset to be able to want to improve and to do better. Now, I haven't been improving, but I just have not been able to get to the point where I'm steadily shooting 220, 230, 240. In league play, my average is around 190, and that's just it's not good enough. And when I go to the tournaments so far, in every tournament I've been in, I've averaged at least that. And in every tournament I've had, at least one game that was really good. The problem is my games have been, up and down. I've always had, there's always been a game in there that was bad. And that cannot happen. We've got an 8 game block
In that 8-game block, I need to average about 230 to 240 if I want to, be in the upper echelon. I might be able to do a little better than that if I started just bowling with people in the 70-year range. But if I'm bowling with people, 50, and up, I'm going to have to do that. Now, for participating in a tournament where people are, of all different ages, well, I'm going to have to be even bowl better than that. So I'm going to have to practice on these spares, and I can't miss any. I'm not going to miss any, and that's the goal. I mean, realistically, 10-pin is not that hard to hit. I mean, it's just a matter of doing one thing over and over again and getting the proper release. There's really no reason to miss it. You line it up the same way every time. It's not like throwing a strike. You can line up every time to throw a strike and it won't work because the oil changes. But when you're throwing at a 10-pin or a spare, you're flattening out the back of your hand, you're throwing the ball straight at it, and the lane conditions are not going to really affect what you're doing with that. I mean, that's why people use plastic balls, because they don't move. I prefer to use the urethane ball because, you can basically accomplish the same thing with it if you get the right kind of hand motion on it. And plus, I just like the way it sounds. I don't like the way I hear a plastic ball roll down the lane. It irritates me. It's like if you hear screeching on a blackboard or something like that. That's the way I don't know. It's just me. But I know that practice is what's going to separate me from where I'm at now and where I want to be, in the coming years. I've got some time here to get better. I mean, you say, well, you're 72 years old and you've led a good life already. Well, that's true, and my life is going to continue to improve as long as my body will maintain a healthy way, and I take care of it. Now, that's also another key, is just being able to eat properly, take the proper supplements, and I've got to maintain those things, and also I need to incorporate a little bit more rest into it and get the proper amount of sleep, and then rebuild. I've got to be able to exercise. I've got to have some flexibility in my body, and with all those things together, then I'll be able to excel in this sport or this hobby that I've chose to do. Now, I mean, there's just, I don't
Go for
know
the strike.
why
That way
I've
we can
been
get in a free ball.
kind of obsessed with doing this. I know that it's good for me because it gets me moving and makes me active and really gives me the ability to focus on other things that are wholesome and positive. That's the thing about it. It's a positive goal,
Okay.
it really is.
All right, that concludes the warm-up game we had. 10 pins and strikes.
I don't know what you
Now we'll
said,
start a
Mike. It
regular
was
one.
got you blanked out.
That actually
but
worked out pretty
I'm
well.
sure that it was all
Pretty well
right.
satisfied with that.
Little
Next.
pepper.